Yo, what up? My name is Don, and some of you may know that I'm a streamer. I multi-stream on Twitch and Kick. I've been streaming on Twitch for like over 15 years now. It's been a long time. I've been around since like the dawning ages of Justin TV. So as far back as that goes, some of the tracking websites like Sully Gnome, etc., have my account dated as being created as far back as when they existed, being September in 2014, plus all the years of Justin TV. So, I have some deeply entrenched opinions about streaming, the streaming social world, a lot of the, uh, just the drama and um, I guess the the ins and outs of the drama, sorry, of the streaming world. And recently, I've been streaming on Kick for over a year now, and I don't normally say anything about the drama at hand. But recently, I've been following a certain situation where an ex staff member named Melissa, I'm not sure what I forget what her Twitter username is, but she uploaded a video earlier today speaking about her experience when she worked at Kick and Steak. And kind of some of the things that led to her quitting the company, or if you're looking at it from some other people's perspectives, her being fired. I don't really want to focus too much on the back and forth of the drama of this situation specifically, but I do want to tie it into some of my opinions about being a streamer in general and how I think that streamers and also these companies that want to create platforms for streamers need to take a step back and remember why we're all doing this in the first place. In my mind, it's to create a fun environment where we can all just, find our different interests, our different commonalities, and come together and just have a dope time. And I don't see it as anything else. So I don't really understand. I mean, I understand the degeneracy of humans in general and how, the lowest scoop of the barrel always seems to get the largest prize, right? In my opinion, the degenerate content, which is, stuff like um, any content that's like bait style content or any content that is, wants to go down uh, the lane of being like shock value content just for the sake of with having no other substance, right? Um, it to me can be done in a way that's comedic and humoristic, but a lot of people aren't doing it that way, and a lot of people just really aren't funny, and they're more archaic, abusive in some sense to other people in the content they create, or just, you know, um, just a leech, just putting out negative energy to create content for the sake of the content itself. Pertaining to this situation, Melissa was saying how she wasn't able to get you know, she needed an accommodated work situation because she has a child, and she needed to pick up her child every second week. And um, I don't really. I feel bad for any parent who has to choose between a job and their kid. I was raised by a single parent, and so and I've worked for myself for the past like 10 plus years. So I understand, at least a little bit, you know? I feel for her. I don't have a kid, so I can't understand that, but I feel for her, being the kid of a single parent and knowing how hard my parent had to work to make the life that they did for me, and which I'm very thankful for. And, being someone who's worked for themselves for 10 years, I just understand at least a little bit how much time you have to dedicate to making a life for yourself. And then I can't imagine having a kid on top of that and having to somehow balance these two facets of life. Now, people in the comments of this video, some are saying, you're just switching up on the company, this and that. A lot of people are just falling right into the pointing fingers kind of thing, and I'm not personally a fan of doing that. I think it's an unfortunate situation anytime, um, situations like this happen. Like, this isn't fun for both parties, I imagine, but some of the things that really bothered me and some of the things that actually pushed me to make this video was when Melissa was saying how there was certain staff at Kick who were, you know, um, just blatantly tossing around like the N word, for example, or and if there is truth to this, right? I don't really understand why anybody would lie about that because it has nothing to do, in my opinion, with um, separating from the company, like dispersing from the job, whether they quit or were fired. Um, but to hear that's going on at the company, which is providing a platform where someone, you know, me, you know, whether light skin, dark skin, doesn't matter. Like, I'm a black person, so um, it's just really discouraging when you're trying to build a community. And my thing is all about just making people feel good. So I don't understand anybody being racist other than just to trying to be edgy and cool. And to me, it's just it's just a thing of insecurity. So if that is happening, it just makes me a little bit like a lot of bit uncomfortable. Um, it makes me just immediately just want to congregate away from anybody who is being like that, or any platform who would harbor people who would be like that. On top of that, it wasn't just the N word. That's just obviously something that hit home for me. But like people in the office speaking negatively towards transgendered people, you know whatever it is, just I don't understand being a dickhead to other people. Like, there's um I think a lot of people have even jokes that they might be able to share with certain people or in a certain circle, but maybe shouldn't just share what, like, I don't know. You know, I don't know where to draw the line or how to nuance it really, but there are certain things that people think is okay to just say, and I guess I can only speak for myself. Um, I don't think, you know, just I don't think racism's okay. I don't think it's okay when the platform, in my opinion, the premise of the platform should be to give everybody an equal opportunity. It shouldn't matter on whether you're disabled or your skin color or anything like that. It should be, do you make dope content? You know what I'm saying? So I just it in my brain, nothing else really computes. And so I just want to really focus on, I think that, you know, the streamers that are obviously paying attention to the situation, the fans that are obviously paying attention to the situation, and the staff that are obviously paying attention to the situation need to all take a step back and really think, why did we get into this in the first place? You know, is it just to create, is it just to make a high school environment where we're creating cliques of cool kids and little circles of like outcasts? Are we just creating situations where it's like, you know, um, any other judgment metric other than do they make cool content doesn't make sense to me. So to put somebody in a category just because, of their skin color, or if they're sex, gender, whatever, or they're, you know what I mean? Like, just like personal things, like that doesn't, it really is, it just gets under my skin. It really gets under my skin. I don't want to have a community that's even remotely okay with that. I would really leave that stuff where it's being had. I don't want to fight it from within. I just think that, okay, if you want to be that way, you can be that way over there. Whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not my energy. So I personally have I can't just straight up hate on Kick. I can be disappointed in some of the things that Kick has let transpire over the past year. Some of the situations with creators that they kind of let slide, in my own opinion. Um, and some of the environments that they kind of kind of have a hand in promoting. It's what can I do? What can I do? Because I consider myself a small streamer who's just trying to keep my own lights on, and so I look at streaming from a business perspective, and I just try to use Twitch and the tools that Twitch gives me to the best of my ability. I just try to use Kick and the tools that Kick gives me, even though there's not many, and us streamers hope that Kick is really working on that. But the tools that Kick gives me to, try and keep the lights on. Just yesterday, I had um, a fantastic dose of generosity from my community, and I'm ever so thankful for it. And obviously, the 95-5 split was really handy in getting a big chunk of that change. But like in the back of my head, one of the sentences that keeps kind of playing over is 95-5 the cost of being a total a hole? You know what I'm saying? Like, is 95-5 is that golden ticket the cost of um, kind of like turning a blind eye to um, the seeds of the tree, the staff, like the very core of the whole machine being rotten in some ways or another. I'm not asking people, and I see this word a lot in the comments, and I think it's absolutely stupid. I don't even have like having this conversation with anybody, whether something's woke or not. I feel like when people say that, I feel like saying, "Okay, use your big boy words, use your big girl words, use your big adult words, like, actually explain what you're trying to say," because, just like I really dislike the word toxic, I think they're just general terms that are they kind of have become blanket terms when people don't actually know what they're angry about. And so I want people to be more specific when, they're saying, like on this video, some replies that are negative replies to Melissa's video are saying like, "Oh, you're too woke." To one comment said, "You're just too woke to what is essentially like locker room banter," and I'm like, "Locker room banter, right? That's to me that is just the um, clear spellings of somebody who is an adolescent." Because, okay, little guy, it's cool to you to just, you know, y- speak down on transgender people or be racist and actually mean it. You know what I mean? Like, and actually just like you're proud of yourself. Like you stand on bravado after that. Like I don't understand that, right? So that's very strange. And you know, most decent people, most decent people just don't do things like that to bolster themselves up. Most decent people don't need to do things like that to um, feel good about themselves. So I don't understand what the will to do that is. Um, if you want to do that behind closed doors, like you can't control people 100% of the time, right? So I try to speak with entire realism and not try to hide behind everything having to be behind, like rose-colored glasses. You can't control people 100% of the time. So if people want to be racist piglets at home in their own space, in their own four walls, not hurting nobody, whatever, man. I'm not even gonna know that they did it. But uh, why would you do it in a work environment towards people that are clearly going to be affected by it? And that's just like, how are you going to have a fruitful tree if the core of the tree is rotten? You know what I'm saying? So I really think that we as creators, we as streamers, just really need to, you know, kind of ask ourselves, why are we doing this? I want this year to be a good year. I was really happy when Kick came on the scene because Twitch at the time, in my opinion, did need some competition. They absolutely needed some competition, and competition is great. It's great for the users. In the end, competition makes companies actually innovate. Rather than sitting on their past success and their laurels of their past success. And Twitch definitely has been innovating. Twitch has always been a company that is big on the safety of creators, whether a lot of the tools they use, I don't need to take advantage of myself. I've got pretty thick skin. People can generally say whatever they want to me, and whatever. Like, you can't troll the master troll. I'm a master level troll, so it's whatever. But I really just don't understand um, creating anything other than a positive environment, and a positive environment doesn't have to be like happy-go-lucky yuppie mode. It doesn't. That's not what it has to mean. You can literally be, talking shit, shooting shit with the boys, playing COD, doing whatever, playing golf, like whatever. It could be anything. And girls can do the same thing. Any human can do so many things to have fun and be positive and be inclusive of people without it having to do anything with their skin color or, what's in underneath their clothes or what they're doing in the bedroom, and nothing like that. It's so weird, right? So I think that the people that do this are insecure as all hell, and would only benefit Kick, in my opinion, to get rid of them. And if unfortunately, if it goes up to the very top, what do you do? So I think that just like people's best course of action, because the people do control the narrative, the users do control the narrative, even though they think they don't. I think the best course of action is for people to essentially speak with their wallets, speak with their accounts, and some people over the past couple months, I've seen it on Twitter, have asked Kick to disable their accounts. That's not what I'm asking people to do. I like I said, Kick has given me a great financial opportunity over the past year to help maintain keeping the lights on and stuff like that. And I could only hope that Twitch, gave 95.5 as well. But I think when you look at it so black and white, I think that's a bit naive because Twitch has a lot more tools that don't depend on just putting all of the weight and all of the onus and all the responsibility on your fans to be the ones that finance you, to be the ones that keep you propped up. There's a lot of ways if you're actually doing this with the mindset of creating a successful business where you can work with brands and work through brands and work through sponsorships and work through platforms like even TikTok that have their own monetary um, things you can do, to make money. There's so much. There's so much you can do. And I personally find that a lot of creators are only focused on their day-to-day success on the live stream platform that they choose to be on rather than creating a business, and it's sad to see. So hopefully people just kind of um, wake up and start understanding that they need to create their own empire, they need to create their own brand, they need to create their own um, ways that their audience follows them so that it's not always tied to a platform, because when big situations happen like this, you know, it's like it goes through the washroom of things. Things get jumbled up, and you never know where things are going to end up. So it's really best for streamers um, to make sure that their brand is strong, their connection to their audience is strong, and I don't see why being positive has to sound like some sort of negative, woke, weak thing, or that doesn't make sense to me. So would love to know your thoughts on it, your thoughts on everything. If you're a streamer, if you're just, I don't want to say just a viewer, whether you're a streamer or a viewer, or you're even a staff member, you can comment anonymously, perhaps. What do you think? Would love to know. Put your thoughts down in the comments below. And hopefully, we can all just look forward to a more positive streaming year because, as we know, Kick, I mean, is apart from this, they are working on tools for streamers, and eh, I want the product to be good, but I also want the people to be decent, right? So that wraps that up. Let me know what you think, and as always, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.